Greeting, everybody. What's going on? Happy Sunday to all you beautiful people. What's going on, everybody? It's me, His Majesty. Yes, the Great One. Yes, the Great One. His Greatness, His Highness is here. Yes. So y'all come on up in here. We're going to do a recap. Yes, we're going to do a recap of the week. And we are going to proceed into the new week. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. This is a recap meeting. That's what we have. We're having a recap meeting. So come on in, everybody. Don't be scared to come on in and let me see your beautiful faces or your beautiful typing. Yes, come on in, y'all. Yes, come on in. Yes. All right. All right. I see a couple of y'all coming on up in here. Yes, thank you. Thank you for coming on in. Today is recap day. I'm doing the recap for the week. Joseph is downstairs. I don't know if he's going to join us. Is he in the chat? Joseph, are you in the chat? Are you in the chat, Joseph, somewhere? Okay, I'll be right with y'all. Wow. Yeah, I know because I got most people in there. Are you going to come up and do you have anything to say for recap? Are you have anything to say for recap? I'm going to do recap. I'm live right now. Are you live right now? People in the chat. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm back. All right. I don't know if y'all gonna see my face. I haven't decided whether or not I'm gonna show y'all my face right now, but we are still going to do a recap for the week. Ooh. People, I have a touch of heartburn today. I don't know why, but um, it's probably because I didn't take my acid reflux pills. But I'm gonna make sure that after the show, I take them. Whew. I just came from upstairs, from downstairs, so that's why I'm a little winded. Yes. Hey, Speak Your Truth with Roxanne. Hey, Melissa, how are you? Hey, Tanika. Hey, Terry, my wifey. Hey, Miss Lois. Haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Erica. Haven't seen you in a while either. Welcome back. Yes, welcome back. Welcome back to everybody. Um, and thank you for joining me at such a late time. You guys know I don't usually go on this time of night. I just asked Joseph if he wanted to come up and say anything. He said, Jamel, it is like 10 o'clock. You talk about going live. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Listen, I have a couple of few announcements to make to you guys. But again, thank you for joining me for Up Close and Personal. I appreciate you as always. I always appreciate you guys. Um, Thank you for joining me. Um, just some quick announcements. Please make sure that you go over to our McCray-King's website. Guys, I really enjoyed doing that project. It was a lot. It's still a lot. I still haven't completed and put everything there that I wanted to put, but it's coming along just good. Um, as I told you guys before, if you have any comments about the website, by all means, please send me your comments. I want to hear what you guys think of the new website. If you're going on there and you're finding that there's some things that are not working, I need to know that, so that I can fix it. Um, yeah, I want to know, what you guys think of the website, of course. Let's see. Please go over to the McCray-Kingz boutique, and get everything McCray-Kingz there. Get everything there to be different there. There's a lot of stuff over there, guys, that you could take advantage of, The boutique has all different types of t-shirts in all sizes. We have all different types of merchandise over there. We have fanny packs. We have leggings for the ladies, if you like leggings, sports leggings. We also have sweatpants, sweatsuits, hoodies, all different types of things over there. So please, by all means, visit our McCray-King's boutique, and you can actually visit the McCray-King's boutique from the website. There's a section in the website that you can go to. If you want to go to the McCray-King's boutique, you just click the store section in the McCray-King's website, and there's a button. You just click a button, and it takes you right to the McCray-King's boutique. Yes. So please, by all means, take advantage of that. Yeah. Yeah, so what other announcements do I have? Those are all the announcements I think that I have right now. We do have some other projects that we're working on, and guys, stay tuned. We will be putting out a lot of interviews this week, a lot of them. So check your alerts, guys. If you're not getting your alerts, please let me know. If you're not getting your notifications, please send me an email and send me, your email address or whatever, and let me know if whether or not you're getting your notifications. If you're having problems getting your notifications, I need to know so I can so we can figure out and resolve it so that you will get notifications each time we drop new content. You know, I've noticed that there are a lot of people that are saying that they haven't received their notifications. Yes. So um yeah, that's really about it, for the announcements. Thank you. I'd like to thank those that donated to the TheMKingz platform this weekend because, as you can see, we were able to get our StreamYard bill paid. Yay! I can do this. I can change logos. Look, I can change logos if I want to. I can do whatever it is that I want to now because we paid our StreamYard bill. And that means that we can stream on other social media platforms again, like Facebook, yes, and LinkedIn. We can go live on those platforms now. So, which we are now. We're live on Facebook right now. I believe. I'm not sure. I think we live on Facebook. I'm not sure if we isn't or is we ain't. Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, but we live now on Facebook. Yes, we live. So, thank you for those of you that contributed to the TheMKingz platform because we had enough money to pay the StreamYard. We got enough money to pay the StreamYard bill for 2 months, which is great, 2 months. And as I told you guys, sometimes, there is an expense to being the TheMKingz. There's just some things that we have to do, such as pay our streaming bill in order to give you all that we give you with the nice backdrop and all that other stuff. Yes. So it's just a minor expense in our McCray Kingdom. Thank you, everyone that went over to the TheMKingz website and gave us their email address. For those of you that have not done it, after the show, Joseph will put the link in the description section of this video so that if you want to go over to the TheMKingz website and check that out, you can do so. And when you go over there, like I said, leave your email address. There's a section there where you can leave your email address. Because the TheMKingz will be doing a newsletter. We're going to be doing a newsletter soon. And we want to be able to send it out to you. The newsletter is going to be very informative. It's not just going to be about the TheMKingz. It's going to be about a lot of things. We'll give you some tools and we'll give you some words of inspiration. We'll have, special people in the newsletter, all of that we're going to do. So, go over there. If we don't have your email, then we can't send you the newsletter. And trust me, you're going to be missing out. You're going to be missing out because you're going to get discounts on our merchandise, all different sorts of things, you guys. Unfortunately, I apologize. A lot of these things take time simply because I'm doing it on my own. I'm doing it by myself. I do all of the technical and all of the other things behind the scene. That's my forte. Let me turn this camera on because I really want y'all to see my hair. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think of it because I really like this hairstyle. And I think I'm going to be wearing it for quite a while. I think I'm going to, wear it for a little while. When I do something or see something that I like, I keep on doing it. So here we go. All right. Okay, y'all like my man bun? This is my new man bun. Yes, it is. This is my man bun. I've been getting rave reviews of it on Facebook. And you guys tell me what you think. Do you like the man bun? Or should I try something different? Let me know. I'm open to trying something different. You guys know I love to be different. So I'm open to try something different. as long as it look good. So y'all ain't gonna have me up here looking like no hobbit now. No, I ain't wearing no curly wigs and all that stuff. That's not me. I don't do that. You know, a lot of people get who I am. They don't get who I am, you know, as a person, you know. And by the way, y'all stay tuned. Joseph and I, we did a Q&A with one another. Y'all got, oh God, y'all gonna love that. Y'all gonna love that. It was so funny. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up this week. Probably air it tomorrow or Tuesday. You know, once I edit it. But yeah, I like my man bun. I like it because it's not all hair all over my back and on all over the place. That's what I love about it. And you know, reading up on it, I found that this actual hairstyle that I'm wearing, many Egyptian men wore this exact same hairstyle. A lot of African men from the places like the Congo and you know, other places in Africa, they wear their hair like this. Of course, they don't call it a man bun; they call it something different. But I like it. Thank you, Miss Lois. She says she's in love with it. She says she's in love with my man bun. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. She says she's in love with it. Yeah. Who is this? Yes, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, I'll be trying to get my sexy on. Yes, I'll be trying to get my little sexy on. I'll be thinking I'm sexy. hmm I ain't as young or tender as I used to be. I used to be a young tender running wild and free. You know, I'm not. I may look like a young tender, but I don't run wild and free like I used to. Yeah, I don't run wild. Child, I can't hardly. Sometimes I can't even hardly get out the damn bed, let alone run wild. I don't run wild no more. Like I don't really have a desire to run wild, as you would say. You know, a lot of people my age, they have to still feel significant, and so that's why they still hanging out. Y'all older people my age, between the ages of 40 and up, get out the club with the young churn. Y'all get on out the club with the young churn. You right, Joseph? Joseph. Okay. These older people need to get out of the club with the young ones and let them have their fun. Y'all, listen. Yes, that's right. That's right, Joseph. Significantly in my house with my husband and my daughter, and I'm content. Listen, y'all, let me tell you, and young and older people, stop trying to date these little young boys. Stop trying to date these little young boys. These little young boys do not listen. You got to pay for that. That costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money to date these little young people because they be wanting to go to Red Lobster. They be wanting you to buy them something not from Kmart, not from Walmart. They be wanting you to buy them something from the Gucci store and from the Fendi store. They want you to take them on Fifth Avenue and stuff like that, y'all. Older people, stop spending up all your money on something that you know you ain't gonna get. You know you ain't gonna have it. You ain't got no business being with no 20-year-old and you ancient Chinese secret. You ain't got no business. That's a and you got to have some money. Stop giving up your whole Social Security check. Giving up your whole Social Security check, honey, to appease some little young boy. They don't care, honey. They will take your little coin. Won't they, Joseph? They take your little coin and run, child. They will take your coin and run, honey, and pay you dust. You be sitting at the end of the bar, on the bar stool, singing "Nobody Knows" because they done stole all your money. Uh-huh. Stop it. That's right. These are young children don't want y'all. You the old people. You old, honey. You got cobwebs. Now I ain't saying you're supposed to go somewhere out the pasture and just be lonely and so on, but stay in your lane. Why is it that these older men want these young boys? Y'all know y'all can listen. You done lived your life. They done lived it, and they living theirs now. Through your ass, and you sitting up here just spending up all your social security check trying to look cute, trying to impress somebody. Stop it. That's what I wanted to say. That was my warning to you older men out here that think that just because some little young boy stares up, I'm grinning up in your face that he wants you. No, he don't want you. He wants something. He wants something. Same thing with you two ladies. Y'all too. Y'all stop. Y'all leave these little young boys alone. Now I know they got some good rhythm in the bedroom. Joseph, is that what it is? Huh? They got good rhythm. I know y'all. I know. Trust me, I know, I feel you. They give you a little treat. Like I say to Joe Mel. They be giving you a little treat, honey. And you don't know what to do afterwards. You done fell in love. But they're young. They're young child. They don't know. They ain't got no time for you. You know you ain't got no time for them. Listen. If I was single child, one of the little young boys would hate me. Because see, I can go to the club, y'all. I can go to the club and I can stay for about 2.5 seconds. You know, I can have me a little cocktail. Because I don't drink. I'm not a drinker like I used to be. But, just to be social, I have me a little cocktail and dance one time. And then I'll be ready to go home. That took up about an hour. I'll be ready to go home, child. I ain't got time to be hanging out with you. See, y'all, I stay in my lane. I got time to be hanging out with all these little young children. And they shenanigans and they so-ons and so forths and things. I ain't got time for that. They're disrespectful and they being disrespectful in their spirit and stuff, child. I wish a millionaire would. I wish a millionaire would. And then considering what happened to me last week, now y'all was there for that, the mess. It was just a mess, honey. That was a lesson learned. I learned my lesson. I learned a lot this week. I really did. I learned a lot about friendship, about telling the truth versus telling a lie. I learned about character and integrity. I felt a whole lot of emotions this week, mostly hurt and happiness. And I felt a sense of, how can I say it? Is it luck? Yeah. Because God was able to put me on this journey and, I came out victorious the way God intended for me to. I came out victorious, guys. In my victory, I was compelled to share with you guys my experience, which we did, and the lesson that we learned. And we learned a hard lesson. And sometimes, listen, you're gonna learn lessons in life. Something's gonna happen to you in life where you ain't gonna understand why it happened. Why, Lord? Why? Why, Lord? Why? Why did this happen to me? I do everything right. I go to work. I pay my bills on time. You know, I come home, I watch TV, and that's my life. And then God didn't seem like the Lord brings somebody into your life that is a total nutcase, and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. You don't realize it. But then as time goes by, you start to pick up on certain things and stuff. Ooh, my little man bun. You start to pick up on things and stuff like that. And then that's when God reveals things to you, like he did with me and Joseph. Like he revealed things to us. We were, oh Lord, honey, you ain't gonna believe some of the stuff that the Lord revealed on us this week. Yeah. And the lessons that we learned. Also, in the midst of the negativity, there was some great things that really happened. Hey, cousin Monica. That's right. I know that's right, Melissa. Y'all say hello to my cousin Monica McCrae. She's in the chat. Y'all say hello to her. I love it when I get carded. I love it when I get like when they say, "Can I have your ID?" And I always get into this discussion with people. One of the great, you know what? Let me tell y'all something about getting older. A lot of people that get older, they say, "Oh, I don't want to tell my age. I don't want nobody to know how old I really am." Let me tell you a little secret about getting old. This is how you um this is how you engage with people when they ask you what your age is or something like that. Have a fact about your birthday. If there's something like what happened on the day you were born, like I'm not sure of what happened. Yeah, well, I am sure of some things. Well, my birthday is on Bill of Rights Day, the 15th of December. I know that. That's a history fact. And also, I always make this point. I make it a point to tell people this when they talk about my birthday. Like somebody will ask me, "Oh, well, when is your birthday, Tramel?" I say, "Well, my birthday is December 15th, 1967." And they'll be like, "Oh, wow, it's 1967. Yes, I was born 4 months. I was 4 months old when Martin Luther King was assassinated." And they'd be like, "For real? You were like you when you were a kid? Martin Luther King was still around?" Yeah, yeah. And that's the fact that I tell people. I was born. Um, I was 3 months, 3 months, no, 4 months old when Martin Luther King was assassinated. hmm Yeah. So I always tell people that fact, especially the younger generation, because they think, "John, you old." If you listen to Brandy, they think you old. Yeah. So these kids think you old at the drop of a hat. If you over 10 years old, you old. They don't want to be bothered. I told y'all about these little young children, messing with these little young children. Don't mess around, honey. You ain't gonna have no money and be done buried your drawers in the backyard. You can't go nowhere. Y'all leave these little young children alone. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Leave these little young children alone. They do not want you. Listen. Do I need to come? Do I need to pull you up to the camera? Come in. Come in. Come in. Put your hands up. Put your hands up and receive it. Receive it. Put your hands up. Receive it. They don't want you. They don't want you. These little young children, they don't want you. I told y'all about that. Hit your senior button. There it go. Hit your senior button. You ain't got no business whitewater rafting and you 50 years old. You're gonna be done killed yourself. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Your job now is to sit and look good. That's the one thing that I love about getting older. You know, my responsibility is to age gracefully. That's my responsibility. My responsibility is to age gracefully, and that's exactly what I tend to do. I tend to look my best, my very best. That's it, y'all. I'm gonna go get me some new teeth, y'all. I sure am. I'll get me a whole rack down here and some up here. I'm gonna have a perfect smile. Yeah, they're gonna be dentures, but that's what your job is. After 50, when you turn 50, you're supposed to be done with somewhere and sat down. Now, 40, you can still hang out at the club with people your age. Not with these little young churn. People your age. That's where you're supposed to be hanging in the club and having mature conversations and things of that nature in the club. And dancing with me and mingling and dipping in and doing it with people your age. Not these little young churn. Y'all leave these little young churn alone. I told y'all about these little young churn. These young churn will have you doing the craziest thing. You'll be in the club with footies on, honey, after them. Didn't I tell you not to go out? What are you doing here? You in the club, honey, coming through with footies on. In a row. Chasing after some little young child. Some young tail. You don't need to be chasing after a little young child, honey. You look crazy. They look crazy, Joseph. You hear? Joseph? They look crazy, don't they? Yeah. Spending up all your retirement fund on these little young children. Leave these little young children alone. Leave them alone now. It's okay, Monica, for you to hang out. See, my cousin Monica is a different type of person. You know, it's some. See, no, in Monica, what I said was, I'm talking about these little young, these older people. They're sitting up here trying to date these little young people in their 20s and stuff. It's not gonna work, Miss Singh. They don't want you. They want what you can get them. That's it. If you take them out to dinner, they want to go out to dinner. If they call you and say, "Look, cash out me $300 and something," they're gonna do it. And you sitting there, spend up all your coin, honey, on these little young children, and they don't care. I'm telling you. Listen, learn how to stay in your lane. It's okay for you to go out to the club, but stay in your lane, honey. Stay in your lane. You can't get on the dance floor, honey, and do the shawam no more. You can't twerk. Child, I almost killed myself twerking. That shit is it's tiring. You can't twerk. I can move my hips from side to side, but that's about it. I ain't doing no more. Y'all ain't gonna kill me. Ain't nobody gonna kill me. I refuse to go to a club and be on the dance floor, voguing and doing a shawam, honey. No, I'm not doing that. Get my clothes all messed up. See, I told y'all, after you hit a certain age, you're supposed to just sit around. That's what I do. I sit around and just look good. Just like a little cute little piece of eye candy. Go on somewhere and sit down. Go on somewhere. That's what I do. I just sit and look cute. And they call me OG. OG, what's up, OG? What's up, OG? What's going on? I love my new title. The ones that don't call me His Majesty. You know, I think y'all need to fall suit with that a little bit more. I like being called His Majesty. But I like being considered an OG. Y'all know what that is? Original gangster. Something like that. I ain't never been no gangster. I ain't never been nobody's gangster. But I like the title OG. That's what they call you in the hood, in the black community. What's going on, OG? What's up? Mm-hmm. That's what they call me, OG. I like it. I like being an OG. I love it. I love being an OG. Um, yes. Y'all leave them little young children alone. But as far as the recap, let's get back to the recap. Of course, you guys know a lot of stuff happened with Tyrannia Blogs and Fiction. We got an opportunity to speak with her quote unquote mother on the line. We had her mother on the line. Now, for me to say, do I believe that that was her mother? Because a lot of people have been sending me messages asking me, do I believe that that was her mother? Um, I want to believe so badly that was her mom, but unfortunately, the person, Blogs and Fiction, has told so many mistruths and so many lies and things that I can't trust that. I don't trust it. I don't think that that was her mom. I really don't. I'm convinced. Matter of fact, I'm convinced that that wasn't her mother. I'm convinced that she found somebody that would play that part, and she had them speak to me on the phone, and that was that, because she's that sharp. Let me tell you something. Blogs and Fiction is very, very sharp and very intelligent when it comes to deception. Um, just considering, you know how you you know that you know something about somebody, you have to consider it. I know, you know, I know. And because of all of that that I experienced with her, I'm sorry. I just don't believe that that was her mom. I don't. I've not heard from that person anymore. And, you know, it was like I said, I'm not picking up the phone. I don't owe anybody an explanation. I don't owe anybody apologies or anything like that. I'm not picking up the phone and calling Blogs and Fiction ever again. Ever, 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 ever. I'm never picking up the phone and calling her again. And it's not that I'm angry with her. I want you guys to understand that. I'm not angry with her. I have just moved on with my life. And that's it. I've moved on with my life. And, you know, as I told this person who allegedly was her mother, the lines of communication are always open for us to have a conversation. I can have a conversation with Blogs and Fiction, but to think that she's my friend, you know, no. I can't be friends with someone that I don't trust, and I don't trust her. I don't. And um, I'm not saying that to, you know, bash her in any type of way or say anything bad about her. It's just that my experience with her from then till now has compelled me to put up a big, big wall, not even a shield, but a big wall. And so I don't trust her. And because I don't have trust, see, that's one of the main foundations of a friendship is you have to have trust. You have to trust your friend, that your friend will protect you. You have to trust that your friend will do what you ask them to do. You have to trust that your friend is going to encourage you when you need encouragement. You have to trust that your friend is going to motivate you when you need motivation. You have to trust all those things. It's just like a relationship. Just like I'm putting a link in the chat. If anybody wants to come up and have words, you can come up and have words. But that's just the way I am. Whenever I feel slighted, or when I feel like I've been taken advantage of or used or something like that by someone, I take accountability for my part. and then I'm able to move forward. Now I know that it sounds easy, but it's not. It's really not easy. You just have to allow things to play out. Now, is there any questions that you guys want to ask me? Is there anything you want to ask me about the occurrences this week? Shout out to Melissa. Hey, what's going on in Q's world? I love going to Q's world. And Q's world is so fun and comical. If y'all get a chance, y'all go over and support in Q's world. Oh, and there's somebody else that I said that I would promote. I did. There's somebody else there, and I need to pull up the information. But there is somebody else that I said that I will promote for them because they are a colleague of ours. So I would love to, um, support them and have you guys go over and support them as well. Um, as a matter of fact, I'm going to get. Let's see. Can I get this link? Okay. Here we go. Um, let's see. How do we share them? Okay. Um, I'll be right with you guys. I'm just pulling up some information that I need. Okay. I'm just pulling up some information that I need. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right. All right. Put what link back, Joseph? Huh? Okay, I will. Okay. I'll put the give me 1 second in Q's world. I really have to do this. Okay. Before we proceed, I have to do this. All right, I'm putting in the chat a link, and they need your help, guys. That would be Watson and Leo. They need your help. They are they have started a new company called the House of X Entertainment, and they are trying to build their fan base on their YouTube channel, House of X Entertainment. So what I just did was I put in the chat a link to go to their YouTube channel, and please go over there and hit the subscribe button and hit the like button and support Wanston and Leo, the House of X. Okay. They're good friends of ours. I told them that I would, assist them in promoting their new venture. And of course, we here, the McCray Kings and the McCray Kings Kingdom, wish them all the best because we want everybody to win. Yes, we want everybody to win. Let me put this link back in the chat. Okay. I'm putting the link in the chat again in Q's world so that you will be able to. Okay, the link is in the chat. This thing has been acting funny, Joseph. Do you see the link, Joseph? Does it work? Is it working? Could you test it out for me? I need you to come up here anyway. Could you test it out for me? Are you doing it, Joseph? Okay, no, I was just asking. Okay, who is this? Who is this?
Can you hear me?
All right. Hey, we got in Q's World up here. What's going on in Q's World?
I'm trying to figure out how to work everything. I thought I was still behind the stage, but I'm here.
What's going
My
on?
computer that I'm on doesn't allow me to do a camera, but I'm gonna put a picture of me up here.
That's
But there's
fine.
nothing much going on. I just was getting up here to talk to you instead of typing all in the show. Can you see
Yeah.
me? My
Well,
avatar?
I can see your avatar. That's fine.
You can? Okay.
So what
It's
you
supposed to
want
be a
to
picture of me,
talk?
not a fan.
It's a fan child.
Okay, give me a second. Let me get this straight, and then just let me go on mute and get this straight.
Take your time. Take your time. Y'all see His Majesty Joseph has joined us. Everybody say hello to Joseph. Joseph, say hello to the people.
Hello, people.
Did you want to say anything about the recap of the week?
I mean, the recap is the recap. You was more invested in that whole situation than me, emotionally, than I was.
Hmm.
So it affected you totally different than it affected me. Because you know, I had been telling you for the longest that I've been wanting to expose it because I figured out who they were a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
But you wouldn't let me.
But what about the situation now? How do you feel about the
I mean, the
situation?
situation now, I wish, like, when you say the lines of communication is open, it like burns my blood because I'm like, there's nothing you really need to talk to her about ever.
No,
But not
you're
me.
absolutely right.
But you're not me. So I can't tell you what to do. I
Well,
support you. I just, because I saw how it made you
hmm
with a lie on top of a lie on top of a lie. And I know that you just wanted the truth or at least an admission that something that was done and said was a lie.
hmm
And I saw how it affected you when you never got that. So it's like in my mind, have a conversation for what? Because it's still they still gonna lie. Like I really didn't have no vested feelings, like I said. But that day when I heard Joel on the phone and it was just a lie on top of a lie, that's when I lost it and cursed her out. Because I'm like, damn, like you still lying. Who
oh,
does?
Hey, I'm back, y'all. I
here's,
can't figure it out, but I'm here.
it's
I don't
okay.
know what's going on the camera.
Well, here's
But
the thing.
yeah, I totally understand what Joseph's saying too. I guess it's different. And that's why yesterday, Tremaine, I wanted to apologize to you and to Monica also, because I felt like, from watching your videos and stuff and seeing how she hurt you, it was more of a uh, thought of you all maybe thought she was connecting to you as a friend and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, see, I wasn't that invested in the situation as far as in that level because I never looked at her as being that. I totally felt she was okay to deal with, but I always felt like there was something mentally unstable.
Mhm.
And every text message that I've had with her, you can always see me trying to lift her up or tell her, it's okay. She doesn't have to worry about who's attacking her and, things of
Right.
that nature. And it was like me trying to show love out of because we supposed to show love from being a child of God's place. But once I saw how she was and how she moved, and that it wasn't all the type of mental that she said she was dealing with. She's definitely dealing with mental issues, but not specifically the ones she said. And once I saw that, I kind of distanced myself and did things that I knew would cause her to distance herself, such as take the mod stick and other things of that nature, because she's definitely a narcissist. Um, some videos I've watched recently, she would be a covert narcissist. And so those things like that will just make her, more anxious and distance herself and try to figure out a way to, if she's upset with me to get me in another way. But I don't think she's that mental. So clearly she has some limitations somewhere.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I'm
Um,
so sorry that she did that to y'all.
yeah, well, uh, here's the thing, Joseph, because my husband knows how big of an empath I am. I can be empathetic to just about anything. I can give a person a chance until the very string on the bottom, at the end of the spool of thread. I'll hold on. But here's the thing with blogs and fiction, guys. I know I said that the lines of communication are open and stuff like that, but listen, I don't think for 1 minute that blogs and fiction is going to call me. So I'm not even sitting around waiting for her to call me. But I don't think that she's going to call me because, like I said, the last video that we did on this whole debacle was on Friday, and as I said, um, I just really don't trust anything that she has to say. And that's not saying, I'm not saying that to bash her. That's me being truly honest, not only with her, but with myself. I don't trust anything that she had said. Me and Joseph got into a debate about this. He was like, I asked him, I said, do you believe that that was her mother? And I said, no, I don't. I don't believe that that was her mother that I was speaking with on Friday. I don't. Um, and that's
Yeah, I
because, like
definitely
I
don't
said,
believe it was her either.
yeah, I just know
Mhm.
that Bob's and fiction is very, 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 very craft macaroni and cheese, honey. She gives you just craft, honey. And that could have been anybody. That could have been, and whoever the lady was, with all due respect, she sounded very respectful and very nice. And she sounded like she could have been someone's mother. But I don't think that that was Blocks and Fiction's mother, for not for 1 minute. And, I entertained it because that was the only thing that we had to go by. You know what I'm saying? Because throughout this whole ordeal, the one thing that I think that you, Joseph, and NQ's work can agree on, we were just trying to get understanding of why. Why did this occur? Why? Why did she feel as though she had to do this in order to sustain a friendship with any of us? Why did
Right,
and why
right.
did
Yeah,
she?
that's the confusing part. Like when some,
Yeah.
well, like, well, see, the thing is that I didn't get all those conversations with her in the background, so I never really built that connection. But just watching her and how she operates, and seeing her connect to people that I've seen on the YouTube streets for way longer than her, such as Monica, and knowing Monica's a good person,
Uh-huh.
connecting with you all and vibing with you all, to know that I hadn't seen any, mental issues or anything like that that scared
Right,
me
right.
off, and, things like that. And then she comes along, and I'm just like, what makes you want to mess with these people? These are not people that you've known your whole life. What made you gravitate towards us? Was it because we are people who are peaceful, who are happy, who are, like, are you trying to live the lives we live? Are you confused of how happy
Yeah.
we are? What is it that draws it in? But that's
Yeah.
all stuff that intrigues me, because I told y'all I think I'm supposed to go to school for psychology or something like that, or just
Hmm.
I just
Hmm.
deal with so many mental people that I can see the ways or something. I don't know what it is, but I don't believe, for one moment that that was her mother in my chat. I wouldn't believe anything that comes about around her other than it being another form of a troll.
Hmm.
To me, my thought is that she is a master troll. So
Yeah.
whatever scenario she needs to create to try to get herself out of the situation, or get the spotlight off of her, or even more on her but away from whatever issue she wants it away from, she's going to create that person, she's going to create that situation, she's going
Right.
to create that story.
Right.
It's going to be another blog full of fiction,
Yes.
as usual,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know.
See, that's what
And
I'm
no
saying.
matter what even if she was, Tremel, to give you a call, there's like, for me, if I was in your shoes, I don't, like, even if she
I
told
don't
me
even
the
want to
truth.
entertain it. I don't want to. To be honest with you, and Q's, I don't even want to entertain it at this point.
Right.
I've moved forward. I really have. I've moved on, and it took Monica, of all people, to put things into perspective for me. She says to me, Jamel, you know, it was very big of her to say on her platform, Blogs and Fiction, I forgive you. Forgiveness is such a hard thing. It's a hard card to give someone, you know. And you know, people say it's the moral thing to do. You're supposed to forgive you. And see, listen, let me say this about forgiveness. I'm just the type person, if I forgive you, I forgive you. But some people don't even deserve to know that they have my forgiveness. And in this instance, right now, I don't even feel as though she deserves to know of my forgiveness. I mean, yes, I've said it, but Monica put things into perspective for me. She's like, Jamel, you have to forgive and you have to just move forward with life. And you have to take whatever lessons that were learned and you have to take heed to them. And guys, let me just say this with all due respect to all of our subscribers that watch us and stuff like this. We as content creators fall victim to things like this every single day. And some of us potentially fall victim to this every single day. And, one of our subscribers put it in perspective for Joseph and I. She said, Tramel and Joseph, you have to really realize that you are a public figure now. And so because you're a public figure, you have to think in that sense. Now, I'm not saying that you, Michael Jackson, you got to have a whole team of security around you and all that madness and stuff like that, but you have to understand what power you hold, and there are people out there that look at us and they get starstruck, like, oh my God, I'm sitting here with the TheMKingz, or oh my God, I'm sitting here in Q's world,
Yeah.
And so we really have to be mindful of the people that we befriend. And the reasoning for that is because yes, we are public figures. It's just like, you can't just walk up to Beyonce and say, hey, what's going on, Beyonce girl? Come on, let's go hang out. You can't do that.
Right.
Right. And we have to start taking those precautions too whenever it comes to the people that watch and follow us. Now, is everybody obsessive and compulsive, and do they do things like she did? No, not everyone is like that. But I tell you this, in Q's world, if something were to ever happen like this again, I would know what signs to look out for. I have been, I have just been educated. I've just been educated. Like my husband, he told me, he would say certain things. He would whisper in my ear and say certain things. And then when they would happen, he would be like, I told you. See, I told you, Jamel. I told you. Didn't I tell you, Jamel? And, most people would take offense to that. I don't take offense to my husband being right about things, And like I said, it's sad that this happened to us, but we have to walk away learning something, just like you did, Q's world. You caught it before it could really get out of control.
Yeah, because see, the thing about her with me, Tramel, for some reason, she never rubbed my spirit the right way. And initially, and and I know people may be saying, well, why did you take cash apps from her, or why did you let her be a mod on your channel, or something like that? Just because a person doesn't rub my spirit the right way don't mean I won't give them a chance.
Right.
But she, from the jump, from out of the gate, she was someone who I couldn't trust. And for me, I'm a people person. When I connect with people, I might tell you my whole life story. It just depends on who you are and if my spirit vibes with you. But for some reason, I couldn't vibe with her like that. So I would let her play only the YouTube role. She wasn't talking to me, having these in-depth conversations. She wasn't finding out what issues I had in my past, because I could tell by her questioning and by her ways and just the little things that she did do within her support that manipulation was involved. So that's the thing. Like you said, where we have to be mindful of the platform that we're on. Someone told me that when I first started the journey, he was like, Q, you have a personality that a lot of people don't have. You have it naturally. You may
Mhm.
think it's nothing because you don't have 1,000 subscribers, but people are going to see that and they're going to want that so bad that they're going to do this and they're going to do that. And he
Yes,
was so right.
yes, yes.
And even though, I'm this person where I told y'all I observe things well and, um, stuff like that, even a person who observes things well, sometimes just you being curious of how far it can go or just intrigued by how the mind goes and just watching to see if this is really what this is going to play out to be that will lead you there. So like for you and I think talking about stuff like this would be good, like you had said before, and also to show the different levels of it too, because where you're seeking, or where you said that she may be wondering, have you forgiven her or something like that? I think you're saying, like I'm in a place with her where I'm not looking for an apology for anything. She didn't hurt me. She didn't
Right,
do anything wrong to me. My goal was just to let people know that she's out here doing wrong.
right.
And that's so it is a good discussion to have because there's so many angles you can take from it too.
Yes, you can. It is. And it's a lot. It was a lot to learn. I learned so much, and I'm grateful for that. I really am. Although I wish things didn't happen this way. I wish that this did not happen at all. But the one thing I can say is I'm walking away with some lessons, some hard lessons, and with my heart intact, because I took the time out to protect my heart, you know, from this whole entire situation. I just really, like I said, I don't believe that I will ever get a phone call from her. Um, and that's simply because I think at this point she knows that I'm going to accept nothing less than the honest to goodness truth. And she can't do that. She just cannot bring herself to do that, you know? And that's okay. That's okay. Because sometimes in life, we don't get all the answers that we so desire. We don't, Q. And because we don't get all the answers that we so desire, we have to analyze the situation, and we have to just move forward. Otherwise, you're going to be stagnant in one place, sitting here trying to understand this person and wonder why they did what they did, and da 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 da. And you want to seek vengeance out. And told y'all about seeking vengeance out. The Lord don't like when somebody do His work. You know, the Lord don't like nobody doing His work. Joseph, mute yourself out. Oh, you did. Okay. The Lord don't like nobody doing His work. So, because that, I don't do the vengeance thing. Um,
Well, now
your
husband do,
Yeah,
but
I know you do. But you know, a colleague of mine said, and it made sense. It made a lot of sense to me. What at the end of the day, Terrell, what is all of this doing?
but in this situation, I agree. I think it's a waste of time. I think I don't think these videos was a waste of time because it was basically like, in Q said, a warning to other people.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the videos was a waste of time. I just think that the whole situation was a waste of time because it just kept escalating and escalating and escalating. And when you were on the phone, and she, like, I feel like a celebrity. Everybody making videos about me, and I
Yeah,
was like, did she just really say that to you?
yeah. I remember.
And
I
that's when
remember.
I my mind done, because you want people that want attention, whether it's negative or positive,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like done with it. But no, I just, like I said, you was more invested in it. You and Monica were more invested in her than I was. So it was like she run her mouth too much. And you know me, I'll tell you in a minute. When people like to talk, I sit back and I listen. And I was just watching that.
Exactly. Yeah, and that was something I noticed immediately with her, Joseph. She liked to talk. She would always, tell me something and then always ask a question about someone, but it seemed like she would only tell me about people that she knew I associated well with, or she would want to know about supporting those people, and she would make statements like, because I know you're their right hand girl, or stuff like that, as if to say, I mean, as if to see if I would. I told you, like, I just felt like she wanted me to talk bad about somebody behind their back, or it was something she was looking for, and I would definitely not fall into any of her traps. And it just was this sense. I don't know how anyone that talked to her on a regular basis or a consistent basis couldn't see something in her that just was way off, like
Well,
it won't right.
I knew something wasn't right when she told me and Tramel that she wanted to give official D Spot some money. And she didn't want him to know that it came from her. So she would cash app us the money. And then when he was live, she would cash app us the money for us to cash app it to him. Now, in my mind, I'm like, that don't make no sense.
Right.
So when this was supposed to happen, I saw Nick send him a super chat or a cash app. It was a super chat because I saw it. And then I saw her do it. So I'm like, I called her. I said, I thought you wanted me and Tramel to do that. No, no, I changed my mind. And I'm like, she don't make sense. She is kind of stupid. You went from not wanting him to know to you letting him know.
Yeah.
And then that's when she started with the he wanted money for this, he wanted money for that, and we was like, but see, that's how she gets you, and that's how she baits you.
Hmm.
That's how she baits you into saying things about other people.
And see, that's what I told Trisha. I think with me, I think I just totally threw her off because I started to the point where I was declining her funds. And I was like, and I didn't do the thing where if she's, where she sends me something and I send it back or anything. I just was telling her, I'm sorry, let me take these earrings off because they get on my nerves, keep click clacking the microphone and stuff, the dollar earrings and stuff. Um, but look, I was just like, I told her one time, I was like, no, I don't want, the cash apps. I don't want to keep on taking them because I don't want to keep having game night. I don't need, and I would tell her, like, even she would always ask me, like, she would send me messages and be like, hey, I want to support Trisha, do you think it's okay to send her a cash app? And I'm like, shit, yeah, of course. That's my sister. Send her some money, Chad. Go ahead and send it. And then, like, one time she had said a specific amount. So I thought she was asking, like, did we want to support her? So I had sent her half. And then she did send me that back, like, no, I'm going to do it and say it's from both of us. And I was like, okay. So I was telling Trisha, I was like, Trisha, go back through your cash apps. I bet you every cash app that she sent you saying that it was from us are all of those ones that she kept on telling me she wanted to support you. I said, and I bet you she's somewhere else telling somebody that you were requesting funds. I said, so that's the thing that I wanted to like come out because I was like, somewhere she's lying and probably about us. I could give a damn, but I'm just like, what's wrong with the lady for real? And
But
how long she gonna be
that's how
around?
that's how she gets you, cause she
Hmm.
do all this stuff that you didn't ask her, or with her is like I could be talking to you, just me and you kicking it on the phone, and I'll be, oh, Q, I see this TV on sale at Walmart. I need to go get that TV. Joseph, how much is the TV? Oh, they got it on sale for $2.99. The next thing you know, she's sending you a cash app. Now,
And that's how she did one time. I went shopping on a video, and I was in Rainbow. Y'all might have remember it was a little Rainbow shopping live or whatever. And I think my total had came up to maybe $70. And at the end of the stream, she had sent me a cash app for $70. I'm like, okay, girl, thank you. But like if that's I like me, I'm like if that's how you support, that's how you support. If you want to send everybody all your money, that's fine. But like, who is that? Melissa, I think, in the chat, or somebody, Reese Cup said, even that was a setup. That was a setup because she just wanted to be able to support, so she could turn around and tell someone else that, hey, they're requesting money or they know I'm a millionaire. When, like I said, looking at her, my question every time is, I wish a millionaire would, because I just I would have never thought that. I thought she was someone who had a lot of mental issues, that sit at home bored all day. Instead of having a lot of cats, she had Bentley and Nick, and just was on YouTube all day and sending people money, and probably needed some help.
right. And then she'll, you know, come back with a story. I think NQ's is using me. Say that because she just went to Rainbow Shopping. I sent her $70 for her clothes. Well, why did you do that? Well, because
Right, because nobody asked you, honey. I paid for this and left out the store before I got your cash app.
but let her now she never did this with you, but I'm just saying, let her tell it. Me and Tramel asked for all the money that she gave us, which is a lot. We was driving one day, coming from the store, and she's like, "Guys, I'm gonna send you $100 because I want you guys to go and do whatever you want with it and have fun because you guys haven't done anything for yourselves lately." I'm like, "Okay, thank you." I mean,
Yeah.
situation. There
And it
was
was weird because I'm one of those types of people where I don't even want you to do too much for me, because I feel like then you will be making requests and stuff like that. Because I remember one day, I think I had told my moderator Trisha my lights had went out or something, and because I think she was asking, was I going to do a live or something, and this might have been like during the time when I was getting monetized and I was going live, often, and I was like, no, I'm not going to be live today because the power flickering and I don't want it to go out on y'all. And then I get a message from her from blogs. Hey, I heard your lights are out. Do you need me to DoorDash you lunch? No, ma'am, you're not getting my address. Like, what's wrong? What's really wrong? But I'm like, now, see, she probably was used to people accepting that and letting them send her lunch. But I'm not like, no, I'm declining. And I think that's why she used to always ask Trisha questions about me, like, well, what does Q think, or what is Q doing, or what did you tell Q about this and stuff like that, because I just kept turning her down, turning her down eventually.
right because it just I don't know the disconnect comes. She would call us and go. Now, mind you, you woke us up, so she was did you guys have your coffee and breakfast yet? And you got money for cigarettes? And we would be like, no, because we just woke up. Bling, Cash App. I'm like, okay. And in my
Yep, Melissa M saying it exactly right.
and I ain't gonna lie, I feel that's gonna be her way to try to talk to us again. And I blocked both of I blocked her from the McCray King's Cash App that y'all see, and I blocked her from my personal Cash App. I said, because you're not gonna weasel your way back into my life. Because I just feel that was the next thing coming. I feel that was the way to break the ice, because that's what you used to, giving money. And I just felt in
Hmm.
my spirit that one of us was going to get a cash app sooner or later. And I was like, the way I'm right now, I ain't sending it back. I don't care what
Hmm.
you send me. I don't even care if you call me and say I did it by accident. You wasn't getting it back. So the best way to fix that,
Right. Right. Yeah, and see me, I look. If I would have known she was a millionaire, trust me, when she told me, because this is first and foremost. Like, I've never received any large amount of funds from her or anything over the amount of maybe that $70 cash up at one time. She would used to always send me money to have a game night. I would have some game nights and stuff like that, on the way to getting monetized. So it would be like $50 or maybe 25. Or I know one time I did a mod party, and I think she may have did like 75 or something because she was supposed to do a little bit more, but I ended up putting up more because I told her I wanted to do that anyway. So you don't have to do it all by yourself. And so I think that's where when I took the opportunity of letting her say she had 100% did something, that's where I messed her up over here. But I was saying that Melissa, she was kind of right what she was saying about debating in and using it for other reasons and stuff. And I lost my train of thought too. Go ahead.
It was just a lot, and I caught on months ago, and
Yeah,
when I
and Joseph, I've been looking at you so long, like Joseph knows something, Joseph, feel it. And then I was like, but Tremail's still friends. And see, that's why I didn't want to come to you all with it because when you're friends with someone, even even me seeing the shadiness of how she operate, if y'all have a true friendship, then I would be out of place to come to you and talk about your friend. So I had to wait for y'all to kind of start saying some stuff to be like, ooh, I think the same thing's happening, or they see it too, or stuff like that.
sometimes you gotta let people see things for themselves. Or
Hmm.
if you on them, that's one thing, but then you can't get don't listen. Because there's times when people get mad when you try to warn them and be like, well, that's my friend.
Hmm. Hmm.
And then you sitting there like, okay, well, when it happened, don't come back and tell me because I'm gonna tell you I told you so. But
Right. And see, yeah, because I may have a friend and I might know the shit she do, and I might be like, okay, what you coming to tell me for? And then we all mad at you because you done, told or whatever. So I ain't want to be the person like I don't want to be in the middle of their issues.
the
Like if
first
they
one,
find them, they'll find them. We not connected on that anyway. So I didn't want to make a special bond with y'all on that
right
Right.
situation.
on my
Hmm.
In this instance, I really appreciate,
yeah,
um, you, Q, allowing us to see things for ourselves. I appreciate everyone that, allowed us to see things for ourselves because it's kind of like what Darren Moore said. He said, just like you said, Q, things just started to unfold. One moment, we were all together. Then the next thing you know, then Monica was gone, and then it was very noticeable. The
Yes, it
transition.
was so noticeable. Like when
Yeah.
she started doing the lives and doing that little judge thing and the topics she was talking about, I was like, ooh, she talking about Monica. Like it
I
was so evident. And that's what threw me off was the other day in my chat, remember where her mother, her quotation, like my kids say, quotations, her mother was in the chat and saying that she's never talked about any of you. She's never gone on her platform and said bad things about you. I'm like, she's talked about people. She's talked about a lot of people. She's even talked about
She just did it very subliminally. You know, there were subliminal messages that were in her, that were the substance of her live videos. And you know, yeah, they were about Monica. They weren't. They couldn't have been about anybody else but Monica or Trish. Because that's
I
kind
knew,
of who
like I
she
told
was like.
you from when you called her and tried to make amends, because that's what me and you was talking about. That she probably lied to Monica and blah 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 blah, and that's when you called Monica.
Are you talking
And
about recently? I called and tried to make amends.
yeah, before this happened all the way. Remember when you tried to call Monica and she was like, "No, Jamel, it's better we leave things the way they are."
Right, right,
Right,
right.
because she was scared because she didn't know who to trust.
Yeah, and I don't
She put
blame
such a fear
her,
in
but
you
I
to be
respected that. That's the one
right.
thing that I
But what I'm
respect
saying is,
about.
it's sad that she put such a fear in you and mine. See, me, I have to remove myself from this situation because I never trusted her. Once I found out the lies, it was like lie after lie after lie, day after day after day. So it was like I took it with a grain of salt. It was like nothing was. I've been telling you she was alive, so
Right.
I never invested myself like
Well,
you were
see,
mom.
here's the thing. I never
I was
believed
never
there were
shocked.
certain things that I never believed. I never believed that that was her car. The car, the picture of the car that she sent this. We got the white car, and Q's World got a different car, or Trisha got a different car. I never believed that that was her car. There were a lot of things that she said that were like unbelievable. You know, like she said she wrote for Drake. You know, and she said that she wrote for Justin Bieber, and I'm like, okay, what did she write for Drake? She's not a rapper. I've never heard her rap. You know, and so you know, there
Well,
were just
she
certain
told
things that
you
I
it was
just
Justin Bieber.
automatically,
So
I
then she
just
told
did
me it
not
was Drake.
believe. I just did not believe it, period. But I would just, you know, when she would when she would say these things, I would just say, oh, well, that's what she want to believe. And see, I've met people like her before. They convince themselves that they have done these things, or they convince themselves that they are these things, like a millionaire, you know.
And
Um,
Trisha, you're absolutely right. When I was doing lives about being a good friend and doing lives about me not liking liars, I was
mhm.
talking about her. You're absolutely right what you said in the chat. You were right. I was talking about her because I was trying to give her out then to say
But we
like,
all
okay,
were talking
stop
about it.
lying because I
It
know
was just hard to
you're
get
doing.
away from it. It really was. It was hard to get away from it because you were so, like, for me, I was just so aggravated and frustrated. And then my aggravation and my frustration turned into anger because I was like, okay, enough is a damn it enough, you know? And
No, but Trisha said she could tell with some of the videos I was doing that I was
uh-huh.
talking about her in the videos, and that's what I'm saying. She was right because I was talking about her in some of the videos,
Yeah,
and I told you I was talking about her in the videos,
yeah.
but she was too stupid to realize I was talking about her.
Sorry about that, accused world. But we understand about your Wi-Fi. Yes, but
But I'm done with this situation.
yes, I'm
It's
so
just
glad
we can.
that we're embarking upon a new week so that we can start afresh and start anew. And
And We doing the weekend recap that we normally do together
yeah,
on Sundays.
hmm
He coaxed
but
me up here after I've
I
been laughing all day.
yes.
And we made a video y'all haven't seen yet.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have we have that one has, well, we have a couple of videos that we did that I did. I did an interview today. I actually did two interviews that will be launching within the next 2 weeks. Um, but I'm so glad that we are about to embark on a new week so that we can put this all behind us. I really want to put this behind me. Um, and I don't know, Joseph, I don't know if I'm putting the right words out into the universe, but what I mean when I say that I forgive her, I have to, because if I don't and move forward, then that stigma is still gonna be stuck in my head. So that was the
It's
decision I
nothing wrong
made
with giving the person and
for
moving
me,
on with your
you
life.
know. Yeah, I know. I mean, but
Forgive
that's
the
the
person
decision that
don't
I
mean,
made for me.
but just
Um,
because you forgive somebody don't mean you got to let them back in your life. It
yeah,
don't
yeah.
mean you got to
Well, I
sit
understand
and
that.
talk to them
I
like you did
understand that.
before. The
Yeah, I
forgiveness
want.
is for you, so you don't hold that in your heart, and you can move on in your life. You're not still sitting there mad and angry and feeling some kind of way about a situation that is
Right,
just always going to be the way that it is because it's done and there's nothing that can be done about it. For me,
yeah,
I can't say that I forgive her because for me, there's nothing to forgive. When I
right.
never trusted you in the first place, there's really nothing for me to forgive you for.
Hmm.
For me, it's just okay. It happened. Then we move on and keep it moving. Like I don't feel like injustice was done to me, so there's nothing to forgive for me. Like you and Monica, on the other hand, y'all invested time and energy, and y'all really invested in a friendship with her. I didn't allow her to get that part of me like that. Like there was times, and you know, Tramel, she would call, and I'd be like, "What do you want?" Because that's how I felt. Because I really didn't want to be bothered. I really was annoyed. I really was like, "Why are you calling my phone 7:30 in the morning? You're getting on my goddamn nerves." So I was like, "What do you want?" I'm
Mhm.
not your friend. You know I would do that, and you
Right.
would, Papa, don't do that. But that's what I'm saying. I wasn't. I just wasn't invested into it like y'all. So there was nothing for me to forgive. I really wasn't even that angry until the lies started about me and you. Then I got angry because I'm like, I don't care if you lie on yourself, but don't lie on me because I've never done anything to you for you to even want to lie on me. That's what made me mad. And I really wasn't even mad at that because you
And the
lie on your
Instagram
life,
hack
you'll lie on me. So,
and the Instagram hacking.
oh yeah, that pissed me off because I'm like, all of a sudden now, somebody trying to get into my Instagram account magically of all times, all the time, everything was good. Ain't nobody trying to get into my Instagram. Magically that day, somebody tried to say they forgot the password. Really?
What I'm really flabbergasted at is the way she erased our whole entire chat thread on Instagram. I was
Right.
like wow, you know, um, as if
Because
we
you
wanted
want
to
that reason.
revisit that. You know, as if we wanted to revisit that.
Yeah, look, it was just a figment of your imagination. I
Yeah.
personally, too needy, an energy vampire, like I always tell y'all about, that want to suck up all your energy. Other people in this chat know I ain't gonna say no names, but me and them had a conversation about how they call, and you don't have to never say a word, and she talk for 2 to 3 hours, and you just be like, yeah, right, okay, and she's going nonstop. So, child, it is what it is. It just is what
Well,
it
let me
is.
ask you this, because this is one of the warnings that I gave to people about energy. And you know, one of the things that I said is we as people, we have to stop listening to other people's drama, because what they're doing is they're transferring that negative energy over to you. Um, and then, you know, the next thing you know, something ain't going right with you, or, you know, something. Um, that's why I don't believe in, I don't, I'm just not a fan of gossip.
No,
You
but
know,
it's true because you invested a lot of time. There were times you would wake up angry for no reason, mad. Like if you had been up all day and something happened, you just woke up pissed. Or you just woke up and I was like, come on, Joe Mel, let's go downstairs, honey, because it ain't going to be a good day for him. Let him sit up here for about an hour or two by himself and it'll mellow out. Or you would just sit and tell me you was depressed for no reason. You didn't know why you was depressed. You was just depressed. You had that whole week where you wasn't eating, you wasn't doing nothing, and I'm like, Tramel, what's wrong? I don't know. Tramel, what's wrong? I don't know. But in that process, you didn't talk to her none of the time. Because it was like after the last time you talked to her, you didn't want to be bothered after that. So I'm sure a lot of that energy came from her because and that's why I kind of didn't want you talking to her because I could see that energy coming on you
yeah.
and making me mad. I mean, recently, last week, and it was making me mad because, like you say, I do try to protect you, but after our conversation, I learned my lesson. But at the same time, you have to understand, I'm not going to just sit back, even though I know you know what you're doing. But sometimes when it comes to like energies and stuff like that, you don't realize that you're picking up energies that are being projected towards you. And I see it, but you don't see it because you don't see it like that. You just going on with it and gonna say, "Oh well, this is the way I feel right now." But in my mind, you only feel like that because you've been talking to her, or you only feel like that because of the situation. And if you leave it alone, you wouldn't feel that way. And I could be wrong. I'm not saying that I'm right.
No, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Um, I just have to say thank you for your patience. It really, even in the midst of us, because what y'all don't know is me and Joseph had a big fight about this. We did. We had a big fight about this because he was like, Jamel, I don't see why you're still talking to this girl. And you just like, I don't understand. And I was like, Joseph, I don't understand. Remember? I said, I don't know why I'm still talking to this girl. Why am I still giving her a chance to redeem herself? And that's what I was doing. I was trying to give her the opportunity. It wasn't about me becoming friends with her or anything. I just wanted to get at least one answer as to why you did what you did, you know. And I could not get that from her. It was like she's like, I'm gonna keep this lie and I'm gonna carry this lie with me to my grave. And so when I realized that that's the attitude that she was taking, it infuriated me because I was like, no one person cannot, why can't this person just, put their hands up and see all the receipts and all that stuff and say, at least say, I told some lies. I couldn't even get that. And so that bothered me. It bothered me so much. It kept on bothering me and bothering me. And like I said, when I spoke to Monica, she put things in perspective for me. She was like, Jamel, you just gotta move on. You're not going to get the answers that you want. Move on.
But
Move
I have to
forward.
say this too, because she's so, and even that's what makes me so inclined not to believe that that was her mother, because it sounded like her mother got it out for Monica too.
Yeah.
She's so pressed to want to talk to Monica.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, she want to have a three-way with me, you, and Monica, which I'd never be on the phone because I don't. There's nothing she can say to me. But I think she wants to get on the three-way because she wants to say what Monica said, which in actuality, Monica told us what she said. But the part you're gonna leave out is what you said to her to make her say what she said. See, that's where I have the problem. See, Monica said it. Monica said it. Yeah, Monica said it because she told us she said it. That's the difference between Monica and you. Monica stood and said, yes, I said that, but I said that because this is what she said to me.
Right.
And that's the ownership that you won't take. You
Right.
just want her to say, yeah, I said that. Like she just said it out of the blue. And yeah, I said that. Like she said it out of the blue. Now, the one main thing that she said she didn't say, and nobody around her said, I believe her. I believe her 100%. I believe you told her she said that because that was something that you know she could never come back from if she said it about me and Chanel. We just wouldn't, we don't take it from nobody saying it. The hell with just Monica. Nobody's going to say that about me and think they're going to smile in my face after that.
Right.
And you do that. So I think you use that as a ploy.
Right. And I think that she felt like she had to sever ties with Monica simply because she told us these things. And her fear was, you know, what if they find out? What if they do? Because she kept on begging us, please don't go back and tell her what I said.
And then
And
the one
so,
thing that was killing me too, where, if that was her mother, I know why she is the way she is, because her mother wanted to make her the victim.
mhm,
Like, out of all of this, she was the victim. Tramel wasn't a victim. Monica wasn't a victim. I wasn't a victim. Trisha wasn't a victim. All the people that she talked about and spread lies about, none of us was the victim.
right,
She was the victim because we were making videos.
right. And let me be clear about this.
What do you want me to do? Oh, I'm supposed to protect your daughter's innocence and just have a conversation with a known fucking liar? That's like, I'm going to have a conversation as a black man in a house alone with Jeffrey Dahmer and say, okay, now, I know you might have cut up one or two black men, but you didn't cut them all up, girl. So
Right.
I'm going to sit here and I'm going to test the waters, and that bitch done lock 30 locks on the motherfucking door, and only one is locked. I'm the fool for sitting up in that house with a known white man that's going to kill a black gay man and eat him up. I deserve to have my ass ate. So what do? You go on TV with that motherfucker and ask him questions. That's what you do, because then they can't get you, because everybody know you're with him. So if you come up magically disappearing, guess what? They know who did it.
Right.
She didn't make video. She's done enough damage. Like what? That's the part I don't understand. Like, she sat there and called, well, I believe some stuff. I don't believe it all. Well, bitch, what don't you believe?
Right. And let me just say this about a mother's love. A mother's love will make you. A mother won't give a shit. Let me tell you something. You say boo about me and Joseph, and my mother will rip you a new one. It just didn't seem as authentic. You know what I'm saying, Joseph? Because you know how my mama is. You know my mama will cuss somebody out. Like, my mother is one of those mothers that would listen. My mother loves me. She loves me. She loves my sisters. She loves Joseph. She loves hard. My mother go hard for her family. That I didn't get that. I didn't get that. And like I said, this is with all due respect to whoever the woman was. It could have been her aunt. It could have been her sister. I don't know. It's just that, and it could have been her mother. I just, because of all the chain of events that have taken place, I don't trust her. And because I don't trust her, all these scenarios come inside my head. Like, she could have called one of her friends and said, "Girl, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to act like my mother." And she was feeding
If you a
herself.
mother in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong. My mother would have picked up the phone and called me and said, "What the fuck did you do that these people are making videos about you?"
Exactly.
And if I would have told my mother I didn't do nothing, I don't know why they doing that, she would say, "You a liar. What did you do?"
Right.
And I would have said, "Ma, I'm telling you, they all like, no, Joe, everybody ain't making videos about you and you didn't do nothing. You did something. What did you do?"
Right.
And then she would have kept pressing me until I eventually told her if I lied and said I didn't do nothing.
Mm-hmm. My mom would do the same thing. And my mother,
what are you going to do to fix this?
Yeah.
Because they keep making videos about you. She would have never got up on the panel.
No.
She would have never been in nobody's chat.
Right.
She would have never did none of that. She would have looked at me and said, "Well, what are you going to do to make this right?" Because I know my mother, she would have said, "Well, if they lying, then sit your ass there and don't say nothing, because the lie will fix itself. But if you did do what they say you doing, what are you going to do to fix it?"
Right.
And that would have been not sit there and try to make me the victim because people are making videos about. Then, oh, y'all called her a whore. Nobody called her a whore. I never called her a whore. You never called her a whore. And Q's never called her a whore. So who called her the whore? Now, there's a bunch of things I could have said, because my little private investigator found out a whole lot of things that I was waiting for. Because I said, if the bitch try it, I got some information that I'm going to drop on her ass that she don't know I know. But that's not necessary as of this moment.
Right. It's just best to just move forward from it, and that's really it, you know. You look at it and you say it will never happen. Like, for me, I have looked at this whole situation. I've analyzed it both back and forth. I've tried to have I try to get some sense of understanding out of it, but I can only get it from my side. You know what I'm saying? I only know what I know, what I did. So I was, in my getting some sense of responsibility about it, I made the decision that, I just need to. I don't need to entertain this anymore.
No, for what?
That's what yeah, exactly. Everything you do, you have to have a reason for doing it. And I don't have any reason to talk to this young lady. I don't have any reason to hear an explanation. If she's going to tell the truth, it's really too late because I really don't care anymore. I don't. I really don't care anymore. Um, the great thing about all of this is that friendships were renewed. You know, we're friends with Monica again, and we've had conversation with Monica, and Monica is like, Tramel, this is really surreal. You know, I don't, I'm so afraid. I don't know who to trust. I don't even know if I should trust you guys. And I said, well, you have a right to feel that way. You have every right to feel that way. You have to every right to feel as though you can't trust anybody. Well, this is content creator rule number 101. You know, be careful of the people that you attach yourself to in these YouTube streets because content creator or subscriber, you stand to lose a lot, especially if you have a lot invested in this whole YouTube thing.
Lisa comes said, what responsibility on your part?
What do you mean?
I don't know. She said, Tramel, what responsibility on your part?
Oh, as far as me taking responsibility, I took responsibility for, you know, the things that I did in the what I thought was a relationship, a friendship with her. I took responsibility for the things that for the signs that I did not see. I take responsibility for you know, not saying something whenever I felt something. You know me, Joseph. I would hold back, but then if I really wanted to address it, I would try to address it in the most mature way, you know, so as not to sound hurtful in any type of way. But this is a conversation that we should have had with her a long time ago. You know, mistakes made. Yes, the mistake made was is that we did not pick up the phone and call our sister, my little baby sister. I didn't pick up the phone and call her. And I had to forgive myself. I have to forgive myself for that because we there, there was 8 months of our friendship we can't get back. You know, we weren't speaking for 8 months. It's been 8 months since the last time we spoke to Monica. And we, you know, from that time up until now, we can't get that time back. You know, we just have to move forward. And that's what all of us have made the decision to do. We made the decision to move forward. And we understand the boundary. We understand that we both have boundaries. Both friends have boundaries. Like I understand Monica has you know, changed in the sense is, you know, that she, you know, it's very difficult for her to trust people in these YouTube streets. So I understand that. And so, you know, I'm mature enough that when she says, guys, I need for you to fall back or, you know, something like that, I can be respectful of that. I'm just really grateful that we have our friendship back with Monica. I really, that's one of the beautiful things that came back, that came out of this, Joseph, is that we have our friendship back with Monica. And I have to say this, Monica, I missed you. I really did. I missed you. And for the life of me, I could not understand why we couldn't be friends anymore, why we couldn't be, you know, the way we were. I couldn't understand that. I didn't want to accept it. And that was from the last time I spoke to you in December, is what I'm talking about. I really did. I missed you. I did. I did. And it took everything in me to not pick up that phone and call you. And I wish that I had followed my heart and my instinct. And I wish that I would have done that. Because my heart and my instinct had told me, Joseph, pick up the phone and call Monica and find out what really happened. It did. But because I had said to Blogs and Fiction I'm not going to say anything. I didn't because I really thought that she was our friend, you know? And so, yeah, it's really, I'm just glad that this whole debacle is done. It's
You heard me.
done. No, I didn't hear you.
Cup said drop the link.
Okay. Here it goes. I just put it in there. Did you see it? Do you see it? There's the right there. Yep. I just put it
Yeah,
in there.
I think she want to come up.
If anybody else wants to come up, or if you have a question of any sort that you want to ask, it doesn't necessarily have to be about what happened last week. Joseph, they are really going to enjoy our Q&A.
I know.
Yeah. I had so much fun doing that.
Somebody.
She disappeared for some reason. I don't know. I'll put the link back in there again. Yeah, but they're gonna enjoy the Q&A that we do with one another. That was fun. It was a lot of fun.
It was cute. I liked it.
Oh, she disappeared again. You know how the StreamYard thing could be, Joseph.
It might be an Android phone.
Yeah. Let me see if I can pick that up now. There we go.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, Reese. Hey, what's going on?
Okay. No, I agree with the Monica aspect because yeah, I hearing that part of it, I totally agree. I'm just saying, like, what are you taking responsibility for with her with blogs? Because I feel like if she was being deceiving and you didn't recognize it, how is that your fault?
Oh no, I'm not taking responsibility and saying that it's my fault. Let's be, I want to be clear about that.
Okay.
When I say I'm taking responsibility, I can only take responsibility for my actions. What my actions is that I was in a sense naive to the situation. So I have to take responsibility for that. I was I was in the dark at some times. I didn't see actually what she was doing. And my husband Joseph, he saw it early on. And because I'm this person that I give people the benefit of the doubt until I see different. I didn't see different until just recently. As much as he was telling me things, it wasn't that I did not believe him. It was just that I needed for the things to play out the way I needed for things to play out.
Right.
But in me taking responsibility, it's not me saying that it's my fault, because this is not my fault. But there were there times where she said things and I should have said, Blouse, you lying child. Yes, there were many of them, especially when it came to the health thing, because she would ask me questions constantly about my health, and when I discovered that she was mimicking my health issues, it was like, wow, really, sis? Really? Yeah. Is that your next? It's like Reese Cup, the biggest unanswered question of the year for us, because we want to know why. We want to know why. You have a friendship with somebody and you never that something like this is going to happen, where there have been so many things, so many lies, and oh my God, the things that we're finding out that she told people about us is like, wow, for real?
Do you think that, okay, like if you were having conversations with her and you called her out, and I'm only talking about you, Jamel. Do you think that if you would have called her out in some of those conversations that you would have made a difference to? I'm sorry, the dog is barking. Do you think you would have been able to make a difference for the outcome to be different?
Well, to be honest with you, I did call her out. I say the last 4 times that I spoke with her, I called her out. I like flat out said, Blogs, you're lying. You are really lying, and that's not true. I would call her out on things, and she would just proceed to have this crazy explanation for it. Like I remember telling her about the Monica situation. And she was like, no, see, Monica, I need to have a conversation with her on the phone, and I want you and Joseph to be on the phone with me. And it's like, what are you going to do? Are you going to put a gun to her head to make her say what you want her to say? Because what you're telling me she's lying about what you told her. And you are telling the truth. But I know for a fact that you're not telling the truth. That's I know because I have proof that what you did say what you said, and you ruined our friendship. I have proof of that. And so just by that alone, it's like, no sis. But I did call her out on the last 3 calls that I had with her, and still the outcome was worse because I got so frustrated I started cursing her out, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to handle it in a different way. I wanted to have a conversation with her. I got so mad at her because she would not tell the truth. And I got so mad at her because she was trying to attack Monica's character and she was trying to attack Trisha's character. I got so infuriated that I went off on her. I went off on her, and she hung up on me. She ended up hanging up on me because I went off. I was like, you're a liar. And the truth ain't in you. And I was just like, why are you messing with Monica and Trisha? I said, they have done absolutely nothing to you. And she was just insistent that she was going to speak to Monica and that she was going to do something true. She was going to say some things about Trish, which Trish, by the way, was never bothered about. But she was threatening to go live and say these things. I was like, sis, you ain't got to fight in the game. Why don't you just go ahead and let this go? Let it play out. I can't speak for myself. I mean, I can't speak for Q's world, but it's not my intention to do any more videos about this whole situation. That's why I'm doing this recap this evening, because come tomorrow, it's a new week.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned, Blogs and Fiction is no more. She really isn't. She's not a factor at all in my life. And so, like I said, I just wanted, as I always do, as my husband and I always do, I just wanted to pass on a word of caution to people about people like this,
Right.
Because anybody can fall victim to someone like Blogs and Fiction. Any of us.
And let me just let you know, because that very much so is narcissistic behavior. And you won't recognize it right away. And if you felt close to her, that was it right there. She fed into that.
Yeah.
And there's no change. They don't change. Yeah. And they're never going to admit anything that they did. Even if you watch them do it, they'll never admit. Yeah.
And it's sad because I feel sad. But I can move on from it. But I feel sad because I feel like I lost a friend. This person, I thought she was really my friend. I've lost a friend due to this foolishness, this foolery, and all the shenanigans. So I lost. Um, I mean, yes, I did regain a friendship. In the grand scheme of things, would I want to be friends with everyone? Of course I would. But I understand the dynamic of being a friend with blogs and fiction. Um, it's just something that will never happen because I don't trust her. I really don't. I don't trust her. And if I can't trust you, I don't care. If I can't trust you as a friend, I can't trust you. I tell my husband that all the time. Once the trust is gone, we don't have anything. What do we have? What do we have to stand on? I don't have it. There's no foundation. You know, it's like Joseph said, Jamal, in order for me to be friends with blogs, I will have to forget about all the lies and all the mess and all that. I can't do that. It's not in my spirit to do that. And so that's why, you know, it ain't even sadly. And that's why I'm able to move on from this whole situation. I am just like, the situation is, you know, it's like I endured it. I went through it. I've debunked it. I've you know, tried to put things into perspective when it comes to the whole situation, and that's all I can do. I've done my part. You know, I can move forward with no animosity in my heart and just evolving into what I want to evolve into, you know, and that's just that. You know, the only other thing that I can do is apologize to our subscribers, you know, about this whole messy. And the only reason why I say that is because a lot of people say, "Oh, you owe us an apology." We don't do beef. We don't do beef, Joseph. We don't do beef. And so this felt like we were doing some type of beef, like we got some kind of beef with her. And that's just not the case. That's not the case at all. She was a friend, and the friendship has been severed. And you know, it was the way in which the friendship was severed that is the issue. And so for that, we apologize because it was more personal than anything. It was. It was more personal than anything.
What'd you say, Joseph?
I said he apologized. I don't apologize because
Well, we know you don't apologize.
But I want.
Yeah, Joseph ain't gonna apologize. He gonna apologize.
I know that's right, Joseph.
Joseph gonna apologize. Yeah.
That was her problem too. She think because she's sitting there throwing money at us, she would call us, "Oh guys, I think you should talk about this. Oh guys, I think you should talk about that." First of all, me and Tremel ain't never been people that sit up here unless like if it was like that little boy that got that gay carved in his head and beat. Yes, we talk about stuff like that, but we don't pride ourselves talking on LGBT situations.
Correct.
Like, always calling us, "Oh, you should talk about this. People want to know." No, bitch. People don't want to. You want to know, and I'm not. Like I'm a human hobby. Like yeah, okay, and I go live and talk about something totally different, and I know she'd be pissed. But
yeah, see, I would tell her like that. I would just be like, "Sis, no."
Well, why she didn't talk about it?
Right.
Like you talk about it. Okay.
Because she was too busy, honey. She was that wig was too heavy on her head. Like the Q's said, "I wish a millionaire would. I wish a millionaire would."
Talking, and Trisha said this. Me and Trisha was talking, and Trisha said. Me and Trisha was talking, and Trisha said this. I said, "Well, how come you don't never say this to us in our chat? How come?" Because she didn't know that me and Trisha had friended each other on Facebook. How come Trisha never come in my inbox and tell me something about what y'all had? But you and Trisha always having conversation. Every time I talk, I look at Joe Mel because I think. Me
too.
I'm going
to tell you. I'm telling you. He's next summer. He's gonna be at your house.
Oh, no, he ain't. Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
I was thinking about sending Joe Mel to you.
We gonna rotate summers. Next summer, you got.
I was gonna send Joe Mel to you.
he. As soon as I got on here, he started trying to jump on the counter. Oh my God! Come here.
That's Joe Mel.
That's Joe Mel.
Yeah. Joe Mel don't like for me to.
Brother, honey.
You hear him?
It runs the family.
Joe Mel don't like for me to touch Joseph, so he has to always be in the middle of. If he's not, he gonna wreak havoc until he can get in. That's what I swear to God. Every time Joe Mel is the quietest thing when we ain't on camera. As soon as we go live, that's when he goes exploring in the big room.
In my mind,
all in the dirty clothes, looking for socks to suck on.
Laying on my hoodie on the couch, chilling. Every time big little ear wiggle, like.
But the reason why is because I'm not down there. If I went down there and sat next to Joseph, oh honey, he would have a hard chat. He would. He think Joseph is his father.
Joe, I could be sitting on the couch. Joe Mel would literally climb up on my chest and lay in my arms like he my man.
He do.
Together chilling.
I can't kiss my husband. If I hug him, there's barking. If I kiss him, there's barking. We can't even lay too close to each other in the bed. If we lay too close to the bed next to each other, he comes between us and walks on our faces and everything.
Oh.
But he would just between us. He would get in between the pillows and lay right in between us. Like y'all are close.
Yeah, he's a mess. He's a mess.
Force him to like move. And then he's having an anxiety attack the whole time.
Yeah, that's like, I'm not going nowhere.
Because he just like want to lose his mind.
Child, put him in a cage, honey. He will wreak havoc. Jamel will sit there and bark and scream.
That's how
you come to him out that cage.
I said cage. And he just sat down. That's why he laying on the couch, calm.
A mess, girl.
Absolute mess. Well, no, I just had that question because I don't think you guys. Well, I know Joseph is not going to anyways, but Trima, I don't think you don't owe us an apology at all. I mean, this is real life. People do things like this, you know.
True. Yeah.
And you know, some people have experienced other people. I know I've experienced someone similar to this. So, you know, you say, gee, why didn't I see it? But then you say, well, thank God I did. And now thank God that person is away from me.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, thank God that that you know, I saw all that I saw because you know, the lesson that God wants me to learn is to just be careful who you let in your personal space. You know, I'm taking that with me, and in every way, when it comes, you know, I used to be a person that gave people the benefit of the doubt. It's not that I'm going to start looking at people with the side eye, but I'll be more alert.
Definitely.
You know, I promised myself I will be more alert when it comes to engaging with people and people wanting to befriend Joseph and I. I have to be that way. But I'm just glad this whole thing is over with her.
So much apology as though we were getting while we talk about it. It happened, let it go, and that's people's problem. Things happen and they don't want to put it to the forefront because they're scared of how it make them look, or they don't want to talk about it. They let it happen, and I'm gonna say, and I don't care. That's the problem with Black people. We always been told it happened. Whatever happened in the house, stay in the house, and that's why most of us got mental problems and fucked up now because we leave it in the house, talking about it and bringing it to the forefront.
Correct.
Us talking about it ain't doing absolutely nothing. Only thing it's doing is warning somebody else that might come across her and see the video and go, oh, you know what Joseph and Tremel and Q's World said and Monica said. So they're going to approach the situation with caution. It wasn't meant.
Exactly.
It wasn't. None of the videos. My videos weren't made to be malicious. They wasn't made to hurt her in any way.
Not
Because
at
if that,
all.
believe me, I could have said a whole lot of things that was damaging to hurt her. That wasn't my intent. My intent was to help other people and warn people, like in Q's World said, that if they come across this person, to be careful so that it don't happen to you.
Right.
You
Right.
believe me, you don't. But why do I have to be silent about something that actually happened? If
Right.
it makes it look like I'm doing beef, okay, but then we gonna go back to my regular videos, just like we did them Andrew videos, and y'all ain't never seen the Andrew
Right.
video, the last Andrew video, because
But we,
that's not what we are. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about, and I really love and glad all of y'all support us. But if at some time you just don't like it, either you skip that video or after that,
yeah.
That's
because
right.
I'm not gonna sit here and try to make videos that every single person that resonates with every single person. That
Right.
would be like 1,400 people I have to worry about. What's
Yeah.
going to
We're
resonate?
gonna say
I,
some things that you may not agree with and
I
you
ain't
may
got
not
that
like.
time.
Yeah.
There may
Yeah.
be videos that you just don't like, and you be like, I don't want to hear him
Yeah.
talk about it today. I appreciate that. I get it. I've seen videos by YouTube people I like to watch, and I'm like, child, I don't want to see this. And I move on to the next video, but that ain't gonna stop me from watching them just because they made one video that was something that don't resonate with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, I just needed to ask that question because
Well, thank you.
you
We
know,
appreciate
I just wanted to get a little clarity on that. 'Cause I don't want you opening the door for the devil, you know?
No, I don't do that no, sir. No, I'm not doing that. No,
Okay.
like I said, I had to take responsibility when I said that. It doesn't necessarily mean that I was blaming myself or saying
Okay.
my fault. Yes.
All right. All right, Jamal.
All
All
right.
right, Joseph.
All
All
Bye.
right.
right. Thank you coming back up. You coming back up? Come back up and cues.
Yeah.
All right, let me get out. Let me click out. I don't know how to do it though.
All right. I think I can figure it out.
Okay.
There you go.
Baby, you gonna eat some of the fantastic barbecue you made today?
Of course I am. Guys, we got a beautiful grill from one of you guys. Um, the person that
You check my
purchased the grill, they want to remain anonymous, so we respect that. But we thank you. We thank you. Oh my God, I lit the grill up today and we put some burgers on there, some hot dogs, some chicken.
bomb, baby.
Yes. And so I haven't partaken of any of the barbecue yet. But I think I'm about to go and have me a hamburger and a hot dog. So, guys, I'm getting off of here. It was a pleasure spending time with you guys and recapping the situation. But understand this, and with all that being said, as far as we are concerned, this whole situation is done.
I'm gonna
It's
come on.
over. That's in Q's world.
Oh,
This whole situation is done. It's gone. It's dead. You know, we've all said our piece and we're done. That's it. All of us. I'm pretty sure NQ's world can agree on that. Um, we're
Well,
done.
unless she gives me something else to laugh or at or talk about, I don't know.
Let me
But
tell you something. NQ's world, when you said, I wish a millionaire would. I wish a millionaire
yes, and
would.
I tell
Yeah,
her, I message to her mama, I wish a millionaire mom would. Um,
that got
because
me
that just tripped
out.
me out yesterday too.
I got
But I was coming up here because Risa said NQ's come back, and then she dropped down. I said, well, what?
okay. I have to put that phrase on a shirt. I wish a millionaire would.
and Monica, we
I
just
know, right?
talking about you, girl.
Uh huh.
My voice is going out on me.
What
I've
is
been
it?
at a cookout today,
I've been
cleaning
going through
across
the
the
same thing.
yards.
I've been going through the same thing. I still don't have my voice back. It's been a week.
Q, me and you gonna fight. Cause I swear to
What
you,
we got?
everything Jamel do to me, he goes, "I wish a millionaire would."
I heard you today on your video. I went back and watched the replay, and I said, "Yeah, I heard you say keep on saying it."
No,
That's all I can say too. Every time I think about, I wish a millionaire would. But you
you
know, it's some millionaires out here. Somebody made a point in my comments. I told y'all about pointing out Zuckerberg and Facebook and their quirkiness and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's a whole different type of weirdness. That's not the same.
see,
It's like you can still look at him and tell him he probably got some money,
right? You,
even through his weirdness.
ah, I started to say something real bad, and I'm not. I that started to be real bad, and I'm not about to be that way.
All right. You might
Cause,
fall asleep before you say that prayer. Don't do it. Don't do it.
cause I'm trying to take responsibility for the things that come out of my mouth. It won't last but another 5. Telling you,
Yeah.
I'll have conversations.
Well, I take responsibility for what the stuff to come out of my mouth, whether it's bad or good, you know.
Jamel and me about that this week. He said, sometimes your presentation just be off. I said, "No, because I'm a person that I don't sit and think of how I should say what I think. I said, as soon as I think it, it just comes out of my mouth. I said, so it may sound harsh to you and it may sound like an order or like I'm telling you what to do. I was like, but that's not the case. That's just the way I'm thinking it. I said, I've really tried. I've tried for years to learn how to think about what I'm going to say before I say it. Now, the only
Mhm.
time I can do that for real is when I know I'm dealing with somebody real sensitive because my intent is not to hurt their feelings, and I know that sometimes if I think a person up and they know me as a person to know I'm not trying to hurt them or hurt their feelings, then I don't even think about it. I just say what I want, and then I'm like, if you come to me and be like, Joseph, why would you say that to me? I'll be like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. That's not what my intent was, because it really 9 times out of 10 it ain't my intent. But I'm one of them people like as soon as I think it, it just like slips out before I realize what happened. And
Yeah,
I
I do that too sometimes. And some, like you said, if people don't know you, some people will take it the wrong
wrong.
way. Or even, like my friends, they know me. So they sometimes may tell me, you you got a nice nasty way of being sarcastic when you want to, and things of that nature. But a person that don't know you, they can get immediately offended. So
Right.
I get
Like my friend, I'm serious with them, and they think I'm playing because of
it.
how I do it. But like you said, if it's somebody that don't know me or somebody like Tremel that gets triggered by everything I do, I trigger everything I do triggers Tremel. He goes, "Why would you do that if you know it's gonna trigger me?" I said, Tremel, my breathing can trigger you, child. One day you said the way I was looking at you triggered you.
Yeah, I be wanting to punch you in the face, Sean.
I
You
wish
know,
I would.
I be wanting to
Mm.
punch you in your face sometimes. But hey, it is
Oh,
what it is.
So let me ask you this, since y'all on a point about triggers and stuff like that, since y'all bringing it up. So how long have y'all been together again?
3 years. Just made 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay. So are you still learning new things that trigger Tramiel, or do you do the same things that trigger him? Like,
And cues. I listen to Tremel when he talks
mm-hmm.
about both of us. We listen. We'll have like I'm sure my neighbors be like they in there killing each other, but it don't even be like that. It's because we both fly aside
Just
and say,
loud and passionate.
and we listen to each. Once I can get Tremel, Tremel will go from 0 to 100. Honest to God, in 5 seconds. Me is a gradual climb. So by the time Tremel gets to 100, I'm at like 30. So then I try to bring him down. But then it's, you always make me get here. You always do this. And you're not going to trick me this time. And once I get him to calm down, we can have a conversation. And for me, now you got to get his answer. For me, he listens to what I say. I listen to what he says. And 9 times out of 10, he won't do what triggers me. With Tremel, I feel like everything triggers him. And even when I try not to do something he told me that triggers him, I'll do something
You
different.
still do something else to trigger.
Yes, child. I
So you
have,
can't be quiet to not trigger him, and you can't talk
yeah.
Right.
to
But see, that's what happened when we started arguing about the blog situation. I asked, because I told Tremel, I said, I don't, sometimes I just don't say nothing because I don't want to trigger you. No, 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 we can't be in a marriage where you can't say what you want. So this
right.
time I started to listen. And I was like, why are you talking? It was in my presentation. I was like, why are you talking to her? I was like, why would you talk to somebody that's blatantly going around here lying on you? Like, what do you need from it? To him, it triggered him because it felt like I was trying to tell him what to do. And after we went through the whole shebang and debacle, I was like, Jamel, I was asking a question. I wasn't trying to tell you what to do. I was trying to get an understanding from a personal point of view as to why would you want to somebody like this. I said, because for me, when I find out somebody's blatantly hurting me in any way, form, or fashion, I don't want to be bothered. So I was
Right.
asking you, and he was like, well, if you would have did it a way, I wouldn't have took it that way. So when he gave me an example, I'm like, I mean, yeah, that the way you said it versus the way I said it was totally different. And that's when we had to call. I was like, but Tremel, I just say things the way they come in my head. I meant
Right.
the way you said it, but it came out the way that I said it. So when it came out the way that I said it, you interpreted it wrong. So we still working
Right.
on that because that's the bipolar. Because he tell y'all he got bipolar disease. So when that kick
I
in,
think Jamel told us. Go
it
ahead.
hit on the ear, and at that point, it's a wrap. It's hard.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to endure, nor is it an easy thing to, because I had to look at it from your point of view, too, Joseph, because you're my husband. You want me, you want to protect me. And I appreciate you for that. I just want you to know that I really do appreciate you for that.
No, it's
Yeah. But
I
I,
just
I definitely can like the tone, like I probably would be like, what? Too, because you do have a certain tone, Joseph. So,
no, and I know, and I
because I know sometimes when my husband and I, we go back and forth sometimes. It's just basically like you were saying, it's the tone and what we said. And I know sometimes I be telling him, like, wait a minute, hold on. It's just all about the tone.
right.
And yeah, so,
And then when he picked, like, why would you think? Like, I guess what bothers me is that when he goes into that mode, he thinks I'm trying to hurt him or belittle him, and
right.
I'm
And that's
not a
not your
husband.
intention. Yeah.
And world, I'm the last person to want to hurt you.
Yeah, and most of the time when you're expressing that emotions, because, like, of course, with you being that other half, you're not going to want to see your other half get hurt. So it's like you're reacting in a way that if somebody was hurting you, like, oh, no, the hell you ain't. So that's the tone. That's all the tone you catch
when I,
when it really is, just looking out for your best interest.
well, see, with me and Joseph, you know what? I look at him. See, because he's my husband, I look at him totally different than you guys look at him. To me, Joseph is not only a voice. Joseph is a whole presence. Y'all don't see how big Joseph is. Joseph is a big guy. He is. He's tall. He's Joseph is 6'3". He's tall, and he stands over me. I'm 6 feet. He stands 4 inches over me. and his presence is just like no nonsense. Like Joseph, if you were if we were ever meet in person in Qsboro, you're gonna be like, oh my God, you know.
Well, no, I'm 5'10", so I probably wouldn't be too thrown by it. But I get what you're saying because my son is tall, and that's what I tell him because he's interested in sales and stuff. And I tell him you got to remember your size sometimes can be intimidating
Hmm.
to people and stuff like that. But we can't keep using size, Tramiel. I heard you say this before. Go ahead.
Hmm. I always say that about
Yeah, I
Joseph.
know I'm a marriage counselor too. Cute a
Yeah,
marriage counselor.
my husband has the cute. Oh God, y'all don't even know. Y'all ain't seen his beauty. My husband has beautiful legs. He does. He has legs like a male, and he knock knee, and he has just got these little chicken legs, child. And oh God, it just does something to me. It does. Because he's a big guy, you know what I'm saying? My husband is just big. That's one of the things that attracted me to him because of his size. He was just a big guy. And I'm not talking about like that, you know. I'm talking about Joseph is like big, tall guy, you know. Something that I've always been attracted to. I always liked tall men. I always liked men that were big. You know, my husband got big old feet, child. He wears size 13. 13, right, Joseph?
Yep.
Size 13, you know, and he has beautiful feet. He has pretty feet. I can't wait for him to go to the nail salon so you can get him a patty. I want to see what that looks like. He got pretty. Oh my God, my husband has the prettiest feet I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Him and Common, you know, Common the rapper. Common the rapper got pretty feet too, but Joseph got pretty feet. Yeah.
So was you telling us that his size was the reason why you take his tone the way you do? Is that
Well, it's bold. It's a little bit of bold. Q. Um, my husband has such a presence, even when he speaks. You know, you guys don't get the pleasure of being here with him. Even when he speaks, it just I don't know how to put it.
It's
You
what you said back in the day. It intimidates you.
that's the word I was waiting for you to say because I was
yeah.
it's on
Yes,
the
it
tip of my
is.
tongue, but you I'm waiting
Yeah,
for you to say it.
you do.
It's in hmm
Yeah, I do have feel a sense of intimidation, but it's a good thing. That's a good thing for me, you know. Um,
Well, not if it gets you to react in a way where you um, are thinking that out of your intimidation, you're in fear
mhm.
of him attacking you with his words or attacking something that you've done or looking at it because you're going to feel like he's speaking down on you because you
Well,
already
here's the
feel
thing.
intimidated by it, so it's going to play into that. But you
Mhm,
got to let that go because that's your husband, and if those things attract you and turn you on, they can't make you be in fear too. So
mhm.
that to me sounds like, because I'm a counselor, I'm gonna tell you how I do it right quick. That sounds to me like you've experienced abuse or something in your past, and
Uh-huh.
that's something that you have engaged in your marriage too.
Yes,
So you're going to be intimidated by and think of your past, and what it's going to remind you of something that happened in your past because of that intimidation versus the
As
other stuff.
uh,
That's what I
that's
think.
exactly how it happens. Listen, you're
that's
absolutely right. That's exactly how it happens. Um, because and this is gonna sound cliche, but
Mhm.
all my life I had to fight.
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
know, I always had to fight when I was young, when I was a kid. I would have to fight my way out of place. I would just fight with words and fight my way out of situations and things like that. And so that's the only way that I know how to be. Not
Mhm.
using that as an excuse because I
right.
really,
Don't you
really
keep
try to
playing the devil.
control that side of me. I really,
Joseph don't yell at you.
well,
Joseph
Joseph don't yell.
raises his voice
But
to you,
see, I
at
what
you
I do
above a
is
whisper.
what I do is that I own. You know, I listen, when I do something and I'm wrong, I own it. That's one of the things that keeps our relationship, um, intimate and loving and caring, is because my husband understands that sometimes I need my space, and the yelling. Well, he ain't used to that, child. He ain't used to that. Like child. He ain't used to that for me. So that's why, and believe me when I say this, even when I'm raising my voice, and this is what I love about Joseph, even when I'm raising my voice at him, he has never yelled back, ever, ever. That's the kind of husband that I have. He cares enough and he loves me enough to just remain um
Calm.
just calm. Yeah. He's the calmer of the two. But he's he's the monster if somebody mess with us. He's like the Tasmanian devil. If somebody mess with us or if somebody say something out of line, he's like the Tasmanian devil, y'all. But other than that, you know,
And that's
like I
because when
said,
I married Tramel, I made him a promise. I told him that I would never say nothing to him that I would have to ever come back and apologize for.
and he doesn't. He doesn't. He's
Now I ain't
absolutely
gonna
right
lie,
about
and it was hard because Tramel, you before I realized what I was getting into, baby Tramel used to push my panic buttons.
it. Ooh.
He used to push my panic buttons, and the first time that the mouth went in on him, I felt bad. And after that, I told him I'll never ever do that again.
Yeah, I remember that. And
And I
then,
have never, from that
I get
moment
scared,
forward, ever
y'all.
done.
I get scared, y'all, and Joseph will come right up on me. And like I told y'all, Joseph is taller than me. So he'll come right up on me and he'll just look down. And I'll be like, oh Lord, he get ready to beat me. He gonna beat me, y'all. I'll be like, he gonna beat me. And I told you, like Q, his size is Joseph has an intimidating size and that mouth to go with it. So, but that's not to say I have fear of my husband or anything like that.
Right, right,
That's
right.
one of the
It's
things
just
that I value about him. I really do value his presence. I value that. I value everything, every single word that comes out of his mouth. I value. We
yeah, and I definitely believe you when you say you're not fear. But what the takeaway that I wanted to say was that, huh? Oh shoot, it's lagging.
the Q.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, it was giving me feedback. What I was saying was that the takeaway was that because you feel intimidated, you're going to automatically be in a defense mode. So that's going to stop you from being able to hear exactly what he wants to say without automatically being defensive. So just think about that. Not
Yeah.
saying you got to, that is automatically it, but that could be
Mhm.
why, you know, could be a little bit
And
behind it.
believe it or not, I've always had a sense of intimidation when it came to Joseph. Even when we met 21 years ago, I had this sense of intimidation, but it was always a good thing because it just made me have such high regards and respect for him. In that sense, it's just really not bad. You have to, in order to understand, you have to understand what I like, what my preference is. I
Mm,
I've always been attracted to tall men. I've always been attracted to big men. Like huge, and that's part of it. The other part of it is just intellect. You know, just intellect. I love the fact that my husband allows me um, to learn things for myself. You know, and he only steps in when need be, and that's it. That's what I love. Uh, this has been a really tough week, guys. It really has for all of us.
Yeah. Next
It's
week we're
been
gonna have some
very,
fun. We
very,
need to have some fun next week.
yeah.
Do some
It's
turning
it's
up,
been
letting loose.
draining, very draining,
Mm,
and just tiring. Talking about this blogs and fiction thing, and
yeah.
um, so we're gonna put it to rest today. We're finally putting this thing to rest today. I can't speak for Q and Q's world, but the McCray-Kings will not be making any more videos about this. She has gotten her star power from us for the last time. So, you know, that's it for me. I don't know. What do you say, Q?
Like I said, I can't make any. I don't want to ever and unintentionally put anything out here, and then 3 days later uh, be doing a video if she has something to say, because I don't know what she may do, so I don't know how I may react. But my intentions are not to do any videos on her, and I stated that yesterday, I believe. That
Hmm.
I don't want to keep talking about her because she doesn't bring any value to me whatsoever,
Right.
or
Well,
any happiness, any
let me get this
anything.
little four
So
dollars and 50 cents. Let me get this little $4
right,
and
I
50
think the couple of videos that I got out there should be enough warning for anybody if they stumble upon them, and if not, then I just hope they figure it out, on the sooner part rather than later.
Mhm.
Yep,
That's all we can do. Really,
yep,
that's all we can do is, you know, um, I thank you, Q, and appreciate all
yep. Thank you, and
that.
thank y'all for having me up
Oh,
here. I'm glad my battery lasted until um, it was time for me to hop down. So I'm gonna hop down and catch y'all in the chat. Okay.
okay, though.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Good night. Good night.
Right. Yes. So that was it. Moving forward, guys. Stay tuned tomorrow for the M King Morning Show at 11:30 a.m. Be here, 11:30 a.m. sharp. The M King Morning Show. Um, we need your support, and that we need for you to join us because we have a message, and it's a new week. You know, and then of course Joseph Rance will follow on Tuesday, um, and that's how we do it. For now. Thank you all for your comments about as to whether the McCray-Kings platform should come back together. Um, I would say this: we are working on it, right, Joseph?
Yes, sir.
We're working on it, and so you know that's it. We're working on it. Um, um, I uh, I can't make any promises. Maybe next month we'll do at least one show together. Um, we are going to um, take a break from going live, you guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to do like we did with this new video that we did. We're going to do some series of videos, like what we do with the Q&A.
So, Mr. Mayor, so we can interact with y'all in the chat.
Yes. We're going to do other things. Hopefully, we'll be out on location, you know, doing some reviews, things like that. Um, and that's really it. Do you have anything to add, Joseph?
Um, Not really. Just look out for my two interviews this week, introducing the two new members of Dare to Be Different. Tramel has some interviews coming out, and look out for Who Are the McCray Kings. I know you guys are gonna love that. It gives you a more of an insight as to who me and Tramel are as people, as not so much as social media influencers. And if you liked it, we'll make more videos like that. It'll still probably be the same title, Who Are the McCray-Kings? And we'll ask each other more questions because, like I told y'all earlier, the questions we asked each other were good. And he didn't know what I was going to ask, and I didn't know what he was going to ask. So it was like we answered them off the fly because we
Yeah.
really didn't know. It wasn't like a planned out
I
thing.
didn't even ask my stuff in order. I just was like,
Right, just randomly
yeah,
asked them. So it was like we really didn't know what we were gonna ask each other. So it was like really good.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun. We have to do that more often. Um, yes, but I can't wait for that to be aired. Also, I have some other interviews coming up. I have an interview coming up with Daryl Moore. And I just did an interview with a young man. His name is Kenton Rogers. I want you guys to, I can't wait for you guys to see the interview that I did with him. It's so exciting. He's a childhood friend. He used to be a singer. He used to sing in the gospel world. Um, he still does sing in the gospel world. But I wanted you guys to get a hold of his whole personality because he is a he's not a bishop. He is, what's the next step up, Joseph?
Pastor, apostle, or bishop.
Yeah, he said he's an apostle now. And he is very, very, very unconventional, which I love. You know, he reminds me of Pastor Kevin, and he just so happens to know our pastor too.
Y'all, I'm not being rude, but I'm out of here. It's 12:30 in the morning.
Oh, is it?
I
Oh,
need
yeah,
my beauty rest.
yeah, and I
I
gotta
love
get
y'all. I
yeah.
will see you tomorrow in the chat because tomorrow is his day. Love y'all. Thank you for all your support. But I'm out.
Cool. All right, Joseph. Listen, y'all, make sure y'all watching us on all social media platforms. Of course, you know what those are: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and right here on YouTube. Please join us tomorrow morning for the King Morning Show at 11:30 a.m. sharp. Please be there. We need your support. We need your support in every way. And when I say every way, if you feel that you want to donate, make a financial donation to the McCray-Kingz platform, by all means, please feel free to do so. Our cash app is right there, the MKingz. Make sure you include the $ before the MKingz. And you can send us a donation. Always know that every single time that you guys donate to our platform, it helps us grow. So what that means is we take it and we put it back into what we're doing here in the McCray-Kingz studio. It's a lot, y'all. It is. It's a lot. Again, I'd like to thank the person that donated financially and gave us actually enough money to pay our StreamYard bill for 2 months. Yeah. And so, and then there was some other donors, some other people from my old church that made donations and stuff like that. Of course, it's never, it's just horrible when something like that happens, you know. That's it, guys. That's it. Go over to our McCray-Kingz Boutique and make sure you visit the website. You can actually get to the boutique from the website. And if you have any questions or any comments or anything like that, by all means, send us an email. Remember, the lines of communication are always open. You can always reach us on Instagram. If we do not answer, It means that we're just busy. Doesn't mean that we're ignoring you in any type of way. It just means that we're busy and that's it. Yeah, and that's it, guys. I'm out of here. It's like wow. It's like 12:30. So y'all make sure y'all walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And always remember that it's Team McCray all damn day. Talk to you soon, guys. Talk to you in the morning. Bye bye.